See if it goes live this time. Hello! Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Patriot Patch Company. Camera. Now Rumble's not working. I hate technical difficulties. So the first technical difficulty is I hit live and it didn't go live. So yeah, it's fantastic. Now let's delete that one. We'll do this instead. Now your dad disappeared.
Weird.
Freaking awesome. And he's back. Take 3. I think I need another drink. I hope everybody is enjoying this riveting episode of Reloading Podcast.
It is a very deep subject here, and
Technological bullshit. So Sharonda's not here because she's doing something or other. Jim's not here because he has technological issues again. And that's about all the news it isn't for today. And yeah, I'm going to try and reload my page here and see if that fixes it. I'll be right back.
okay. So what you been up to, Nick?
Not much. Spent some money over the weekend.
Okay.
Picked up 5 new guns. One of them was at a garage sale on Friday. And then 4 of them were at an auction that I went to. So, and got at that same garage sale. It was actually a reloading garage sale, so I got a few reloading components and stuff like that. They didn't really have a lot that I would use. The gentleman did more wheel guns, like 44s, 38s, 357s. A lot of those oddball revolver cartridges. But I did get a Lee shell holder set for a really good price, and then 2 boxes of gas checks for about 1/10 of what they're going for online. So, yeah, Hornady, brand new, unopened, $5 a box. So,
Nice.
couldn't pass on that. So, and then the auction on Saturday went really well. We were kind of interested to see how that was going to go, being it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I think we both did good with our purchases. So I know my dad will talk more about what he got. So
you never said what you got.
Well, I would love to hold them up. I can't. I got a Nagant revolver, pre-war. It's a 1931 dated. I think it's Pedersoli. I can't remember what brand. Maybe Uberti. Remington 1858 44 caliber percussion revolver. A Lithgow No. 1 Mark III. which we find out actually has some of the original Burma anti-rust paint on the receiver, which is kind of cool, and a pretty rare, uncommon Japanese Type 38 short rifle. There's really no numbers on how many were produced, because what they would do is they would just take a long rifle, say we need, for instance, 500 of them. They would take the long rifle, take a new receiver, shorten the barrel, and then put what rifle they replaced, serial number on the bottom of the receiver, and the barrel shank. So most of the ones I've seen are missing the mum. Mine still has the mum, and his numbers matching. So it's pretty
Nice.
It's a pretty interesting gun. So that's it for me.
Ray?
Other again, I was flew back into Kansas City last Friday from being in California for a week for work, and decided I'd spend a part of the weekend with Nick's, and ended up going to that auction with him. And there again, we were really going to look at just one or two guns, but the way the bidding was going, they started off kind of high. They had a couple 22s that I didn't think were really all that rare go for like $1,200. They must have really wanted them. Then they got to the old milsurps, and we were bidding on those because we liked them. And I ended up picking up a 1948 Mosin Nagant M44, which I didn't have one. This one doesn't even look like it's ever been used. I mean, it's basically brand new. And the other rifle I got was a 1918 Gewehr 98, a Turkish contract. So, yeah.
Nice.
Got good deals on both those, and I think both Nick and I are both happy. And we bid on a couple other ones that we had already had those guns, but these were nice shape, but they went a little more we were willing to pay. We just let them go. But other than that,
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm finally back home.
back home in Indiana.
Yep.
Hey, you're 2 weeks early on that, Dad.
Jim Neighbors, you're not.
I'm not. I am not a singer. A singer.
As I said, he's 2 weeks early.
I know.
Yeah, while I was gone, my stash increased a little bit as far as bullets and that go. Got a about 500 Sierra 6 millimeter 85 grain bowtail hollow points. So I got to get the pointing equipment out and start working on those. I finally got 2 boxes of the Hornady ELD-VT bullets in 6 millimeter. So we'll be playing with those soon. And we're going to see what happens with that. And then I got a couple of triggers in, one for 1911, that new Nighthawk modular trigger, and a trigger for a Ruger 1022 from Power Customs. So, and they both have done well as far as lowering the footage, the poundage of the trigger pulls, getting them down in the 2.5 pound range on the 1911, and 2 pounds 5 or 6 ounces on the 1022. So that wasn't bad for I think it was just under $100 for the Ruger trigger. But the Nighthawk trigger is expensive. It's $300. So
It is a Nighthawk, so
yeah, I know. But it's the nice thing about it is it's a one-piece drop-in unit. You just drop it in, no fitting anything else. It just goes right in, and that wasn't bad.
nice.
Not with the high-tech coating. And I'm not big on the 230 grainers. They sell 200 grain H and G 68 style bullet that I like.
Are those 230 grain for a 45? Is that what he's shooting?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, how you been?
I've been well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm back home, doing better.
That's good. Glad to see it.
What about you, Mike? Anything new?
I did some horse trading and got a new projectile thrower.
Ooh.
It's a Chinesium version of the Winchester 1873 12 gauge. Yes, kids, that's right. It's a lever action 12 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a lever action 12 gauge and a lever action 410.
I'm waiting for you to go trap shooting with that lever action.
I should probably go trap shooting with another gun first to get better at it again before I take that one out. Otherwise,
Okay.
or just pattern it, one of the two. So one of the things I got to do though is I got to make up some heavy loads, 2 3/4 for my kid. He got a Rock Island VR60. It's a semi-auto 12 gauge.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's got feeding issues, and everything I've seen just says it needs to be broke in. So, like they say on some of the semi guns that take 3.5 and 2 3/4, you gotta pound it with some heavier stuff first, break it in, before it'll cycle the 2 3/4.
Okay.
So, I figured since I have plenty of shot, I have plenty of hulls, I've got plenty of different powders and wads, I might as well just make up some hot loads and do it that way. Because if I'm going to go buy 100 rounds of double-aught buck or 100 rounds of slugs or something like that, that's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why we reload.
Yep. I did get a package from one of our listeners, but I'm not opening that yet because that's for shot shell.
Ah, okay.
I'll open it on here. What?
Did you say 1873, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
It should be the 1886, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, sorry, 80.
Because that's the Terminator gun, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe it is 80,
Should be
86. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking 73. So.
Well, they do have a lever gun. That's a 73.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's a PW87 is the actual part number, the manufacturer part number. So, but
Have you shot it yet, Mike?
no, just got it yesterday.
Why don't you run outside and shoot it real quick and tell us how it does?
Because my neighbors tend to frown on me shooting firearms in the backyard.
Yeah. It's a shotgun. It isn't going to go far anyway.
Yeah.
Rattle a few windows, that's all.
Like a hole in the ground. Yeah, I know. I'll shoot it when I get back from Dallas. So.
Yes. The trip is coming up.
Mm-hmm. And the other kid finally got permission from his work to go.
Nice.
I mean,
Cool.
I could go outside. I got hair, but it's not really the neighbors that I'm worried about. It's the person upstairs.
Oh, the better 3/4.
Yeah, when I scare the crap out of one of the dogs doing that.
Ah.
No. Not at all.
Uh-oh. Really?
I don't know. Should I let him on here?
I don't know.
Nope.
Is he do we know him? Hey, sir.
Looks like he fights off vampires. I see a lot of crucifixes in the background.
It's protection from that man right there, Jason.
How you been?
Pretty good. Busy. How you guys been?
Okay.
Good.
You recovering?
Yeah, it's still not 100% with that Achilles and Platera's tendon.
Well, yeah, at least you know what we were talking about, and we weren't asking about mentally because we know you're not 100% there.
Yeah.
So. Running with Scissors says go buy your Alliant powder. It's always dark before it goes totally black.
Yeah, they did make that announcement.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty stupid. Needless to say, there's some people that aren't happy with the company that made the announcement either. So, but I guess that's their standard MO. Whenever they get memos from distributors, they just automatically post the whole memo. So, oh well. Anyway, for those of you who weren't here last week, or actually weren't paying attention in the Discord chat, Powder Valley announced that Alliant informed them that there's going to be a severe shortage on Alliant powder. Not going to be a lot available. So,
in other words, they were suspending shipments.
Yeah, canceling orders.
Yep.
So, however, I did talk to Hodgdon. Longtime listeners in the show know that I have good relationships with leadership at Hodgdon, and I did kind of use that to my advantage. I was fully honest with them and said I was calling for the podcast and I was going to be reporting on it. So, so we had a conversation on the record, and they do not have any issues, nor do they foresee any issues in any time in the near future. Obviously, you know, things can change. We do currently have 2 major conflicts going on in the world. There's always the potential of more flaring up. So you never know. Stuff could change. You know, the Ruse could try and take over, you know, Australia, and then you'd need a bunch of gunpowder for that. So, because those Ruse are sketchy.
Yeah, but they ain't got no guns in Australia anymore.
Oh, that's true. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
They don't.
So the Ruse will take over, and you know, it's just when they go to invade everybody else. That's.
Can you imagine a Rue invasion where all of a sudden they just start running up and punching people? I'm not gonna lie, that would be freaking funny. I feel sorry for Vemgem and Rob, and our other listeners in Australia, but that'd be funny. I've seen videos of Ruse boxing each other, and that's hilarious.
Yep.
If you've never seen it, you do need to go and watch those. That is freaking hilarious, watching 2 Ruse square off and box each other.
Did you see the video of the kangaroos holding a guy's dog, trying to drown a guy's dog, and he goes out there and gets in a fight with the kangaroo, gets bloodied up, and
I didn't see that one, but I did see the other one where the Rue was attacking his dog in the field, no water around, and the guy walks up and just cold clocks the Rue, and the Rue just sits there and goes, and the guy and the dog walk off. But yeah, Ruse are vicious.
Yeah.
So, Running with Scissors said on another channel, I did see Hornaday address the 7 PRC powder issue regarding the 26 powder shortage. So, I did also ask the gang at Hodgdon about substitutes for H322, especially like accurate, considering there's a lot of accurate out there right now. And the best they did not have any firsthand knowledge, but they suggested taking a look at the burn rate chart and try something that was similar. So, anyway, I'm good with. I don't know. I don't need. I guess I don't really need a lot of Alliant powder. I've got plenty of Unique, and I got a crap ton of Tight Group. I've got clays up there. I've got some green dots somewhere around there. So I think I'm good for powder for now. For a little.
Nick, if you can find some 2400, pick up a pound or two. I'll pay you back.
I think we had some at Cabela's.
Yeah, I'm gonna run by that shop tomorrow, probably after work, and if they have a couple pounds, I'll probably end up getting what they have. So
That's good all around cast powder.
yeah, but like we said, we haven't been having any issues with that new powder we've been playing with.
Yep.
So its loads are almost identical to 2400. So
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find the. I thought I had a copy of. Guess not. I hate that. Google added a new search feature and it friggin' sucks. You start to type in, you know how it used, you used to be able to just, start typing in and then, it would fill. But now it's got this thing where it brings up, like this sidebar with your previous search history. It's like that's not what I wanted. So. Anyway, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Where is H? This is red. There's 335. Feel free to join in the conversation instead of me just rambling like an idiot. Even though I know it does amuse some of you people. Jason.
Chris, are you still doing the editing for the most part?
Yeah. Yeah, I hate you. Should never said yes. Now I gotta actually work.
You're the dumbass.
I missed you, Jason.
Missed you too, Chris.
So it looks like right below it is Accurate 2015 BR. So that's Accurate 2015 Bravo Romeo. Right above it is Vidovori N130. The next closest Hodgdon. So H322 comes up at 85 on the chart. 86 for the 2015. Then you've got Alliant Reloader 10X at 87, IMR 3031 at 88. So, now you're going a little slower. A little faster would be Vidovori N130, Alliant Pro Power 1200 Romeo, Norma 201. Since when did Norma make powder? And Vidovori N120. And then Hodgdon H4198. So that's kind of the range up and down. They're working on trying to get more, but they can only do what the manufacturers send them. So but save that to the desktop now. Anyway. Running with Scissors said several 10x 5-pounders on the shelves today. Didn't buy, don't need. I'm hopeful folk don't start panicking buying again. Internet rumors run rampant through the information superhighway. Yes, they do. How's your primer availability, Chris?
Actually, not too bad. And I know some of the distributors, they were doing pretty good on small pistol primers, but they had a run on them. But they said they've got a lot more coming in. Large rifle, still an issue getting those in, especially large rifle Magnum. Small rifle, they've been getting quite a few of those in. But yeah, it's mainly those large rifle. It's still been a chore to get in.
Yeah.
Now, if you're asking me personally, yeah, I'm good.
Well, I know you're good. You've been good for a while, so
yeah. But I was able finally to get the 4570 Marlin in from one of my guys.
Oh, you finally got one?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I know that's been a challenge.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Oh, speaking of lever guns, Rossi just announced one today. Oops, not that one. There we go. Rossi Legendary Performance. Introducing the newest addition to the legendary Rossi family, the Rossi LWC Lightweight Carbine. Looks like it's going to be a single shot. Well, no, wait a minute. It says Rossi USA proudly unveils its latest line of single shot rifles, the Rossi LWC. Soon available. That doesn't make sense. Whoever wrote this is an idiot, because down farther it says tubular magazine too. So anyway, it's supposed to come out in 350 Legend, 300 Blackout, 5.56, 6.5 needs more, 357, 44, and 8.6 Blackout.
Tubular mag with 6.5 and 223. Okay.
I don't know if that's going to work or not. So,
yeah.
So this is the key. This is the key features of the Rossi Rio Bravo Tactical. So I don't know if somebody in their marketing department screwed up, but it says versatile color options, pick rail, threaded barrel for suppressor, ample 10-round capacity, which I don't know how long that tubular mag would be to have 10 rounds of 6.5. So I don't know if they're going to use box mags on that or not, or what. It's not on their website yet. So. But yeah, there's new lever guns coming out in different cartridges. So. But then it says, yeah, this is all just messed up. So I'm not sure what they're going. I don't know if it's going to be like a single shot, but like their survival rifle or what. So we'll wait and see, because rereading this now, I just realized it's just general dumbassery. Anyway, but yeah, so Rossi is going to be making something with 8.6. So, GunCon tickets still available. So, how many tickets are left? 34 tickets available as of 7:38 p.m. Central on May 14th. GunCon is 45 days, 14 hours, 20 minutes, and 54 seconds away. They have a counter on their thing. So, getting pretty excited about that. Ray, Nick, you getting pretty excited?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I say between now and then, we're going to be running like crazy.
Yeah, you are. So.
Yeah, it's, what is it, 2 weeks? Oh, it's going to be a crazy 2 weeks.
Yep. I want to talk to you 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So. Awesome. Who had the big background noise there?
I expect some live videos for the channel, Nick, from the battlefield. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So
You'd have to get up in the middle of the night to see him.
I'm fine with that.
yep, you betcha.
I figure I can pay Stacy back for all the times she was setting the alarm to try to get to see the Northern Lights over here.
That's funny.
Did you see him? Oh God, we saw him in Kansas City.
We didn't because we had thunderstorms.
Oh yeah, I'll throw it on our Facebook group chat so you guys can see it. What was that, Friday night?
Hey, Nick, did you see AR Patriot 1776 set high?
I did. Hey, Elliot.
So, all right. So we talked about H322. I'm just going through email quick here, and I had a question that somebody asked that I said we gotta cover. That was a problem with the links. Which they expired, so. Good grief. Okay. No, I guess we answered that question. So, we did get 2 new Discord or Patreon members, so thank you very much for that. Had a few people join Discord, so
Yeah, there was a rough one this morning on Discord.
yeah,
we had
I saw you guys going back and forth about lots of whatever.
Yeah, we had a member say that a slam fire could happen with just a heavy powder charge in an AR. So, seems the shock of the bolt slamming forward would send would ignite the powder.
Uh-huh.
Anybody ever heard of that?
Can't say I have.
No, sir.
Nope. I know shock can set it off, but you need something along the lines of C4 to put enough shock into it.
Oh, serious, buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So I see Paul Loud's being Paul Loud. So Clifford Zach, have any of you out there tried that Primal repriming compound to reload primers? Yes. It is corrosive. It's not bad to mix up. It is a 4-part compound. So, but yeah, it's not bad. So, frankly, if I was going to do that though, I would head over to MeWe and join the group over there that has a bunch of stuff about actually non-corrosive priming compound that works really well. So that's what I would do, but that's me. So.
Yep. I'm not thrilled with the corrosive.
Yeah, just because it means that's extra work that I got to do to clean my barrel and stuff. And
Exactly.
I'm lazy. So
Didn't he say he had a non-corrosive mixture, but you're not able to ship it?
yeah, and he's not allowed to release it either because the ATF.
Yeah. Oh.
So oh, we have clarification, Paul.
Yes. Yep.
So typical slime fire. So he said what I said. The person in question said what I said was I thought the bolt slammed back and forward, setting the next round off, but it was a shallow primer pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So that would indicate that the primer was sticking out farther than it should have.
Right.
So.
And just a little bit sensitive of primer and that pin protrusion as it dimples most semi-automatic primer, as it dimples most primers in a semi-auto AR-15, was enough to set it off. So, but not the powder charge. Powder charge had nothing to do with it.
All right. Oh, we got to seat some bullets.
Oh.
That's a little fuzzy. So first step, I got a little pokey thing sticking out of the bottom of this. I don't think I want to use that to try and seat bullets.
Boy, no, that would be interesting, but it might be a little difficult to keep the bullet centered there.
Yeah.
You sure that's not for seating a bullet and making a hollow point at the same time?
Oh. That's what that's for. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll be darned. I should probably grab my other die, though, that has a little cavity in it. Alrighty. Anyway. So, Jeff said it was getting hot. That's why he brought up the powder charge thought. So, which, I could kind of understand. If it is an excessive powder charge, it's generating lots of heat. So, run the ram up. Bring it down. Make sure the camera's in real good focus. Look at that sexy reloading podcast mug right back there. So. Extra lighting. So what we want to do is you can see that kind of coming down. Touch the shell plate. Now see, I'm cheating because this is already reset. So, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to waste a piece of brass. So, I don't want to waste one that's primed already. So I will grab one that isn't. Put that in there, and I will actually run it all the way up. And how do I tell if I'm there, Paul?
Oh, by feel. You're going to sit down and you can feel where the crimp starts.
Unless you have the crimp backed up all the way.
Feel the crimp in there?
No, because I have it backed off.
Okay.
So, but So basically what you're looking at is to feel the crimp if you've got the bullet seater all the way down, which I don't because I already have this set up for seating. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back this little ring off here up top, which you can't see because the camera's cut off.
That's okay. That's just the seating stem there.
Yeah.
He's backing the seating stem off.
So, and then this is the whole thing. So I run that up. So what do you do if you hit the shell plate and you don't feel it?
I'd still back it off a half a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it may be too narrow for the bullet, for the crimp to come into where the bullet is.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a die like this where it really doesn't have any distinguishable marks, what you can do is you can actually like this there's a set screw on the lock ring, so I can use that. Otherwise, what you can do is you can take like a Sharpie or a pencil and you can put a mark on it. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't, but that gives you an idea. You can put 4 marks on it usually. So, and if your press is like this where it's angled, remember you're not just turning it so it's over here because you started here, so you got to go all the way around. So, if you're not sure, turn it back and check it. So. Okay, so we got that set now. Next up. Bueller. Anyone?
Well, next up would be to put a bullet in that case. Ooh,
Like a soul?
fancy. Yeah, fancy. Look at that. Didn't touch.
Nope.
Right? Didn't touch.
Nope.
That's.
And if you had a loaded round, you could put a loaded round up there, run it up, then turn your thing stem down till it touches.
Touching now?
Nope, those aren't loaded. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, the only thing is, you got to make sure that the loaded round you're going to use still has the same overall length as.
And the bullet.
Correct. Yeah, that's if you're not changing your.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me just a second. I thought I had saved that, and I didn't. So,
That's okay.
by the way, for anybody who's wondering what the flashlight is I'm using, that's a TLR7 from Streamlight. So, it's a pretty darn good little pistol light. So my overall length should be 2.550. So what I want to check and see is if the cartridge that I want to use is anywhere close. No, that's not. It's 2.489. So, because the cartridge I had that's loaded is your good old-fashioned lead round nose Remington Kurlux.
It's not one of these newfangled Hornady flex tips.
Nope. So that won't work. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Get your calipers out, guys.
Sharp? No, not gonna happen. Quit smoking crack. So now what I want to do is clean these dice, I think. So anyway. So you want to kind of screw it down till you
touching the bullet now.
Yeah, not much room to work with there.
Wow. If you measured from the edge of the case to the crimp groove on there with your calipers, just to get a kind of a rough.
You're talking from the edge of the neck?
Yeah, end of the neck there, end of the case to the.
So like that?
Yeah.
There?
Yep.
If you can see that.
How much is that there?
0.359.
Okay. Now go up to the top of the die.
Go ahead, pull that lock ring off. Maybe not. That should get us in the ballpark. So what I did, for those of you who weren't watching, is I actually had the tail out on my caliper, and so I used the base of the knurled knob, not the lock ring for the bullet seater, but the base of the knurled knob as my top measurement, and then I kept lowering that down until the bottom of the tail was actually touching the top of the die. So theoretically, it should get me close, and it did not. So what the hell?
You were using the top of it. You're supposed to use the bottom.
Top of what?
Top of the knurled ring. You're supposed to use the bottom of the knurled ring.
I was using the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, I was using right there, not up here.
No. You on the stop ring, you're supposed to use the bottom of the stop ring. That was your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you had a ways yet to go.
Still not enough.
Yep.
Actually, I think if I remember the last time I did this, I want to be using my 308 die. So here's a question for you, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Is it potentially possible to actually have the die seated down far enough so it hits the shell holder like down here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that's what I need to do then.
Yeah. You may need to raise up the loosen the lock ring and raise up the ram and lower it down and
You know, it's good that we have problems with this stuff because then we get this, then people get to see and hear the solutions. So,
well, I don't know. Are there different seating stems for that
Reading die? No,
Reading die? No.
no, it was just a simple 2-piece.
Okay.
So, yeah, just a simple 2-piece. So,
A lot of times, folks, that there'll be a different seating stem, or the seating stem will be a rod that allows you to go up and down farther.
so this here is a case that is all the way into the die.
Mm-hmm.
So
No crimp groove.
that's just a case itself, empty case.
Right.
So if you take the bullet, JT Schwing should have just used the Lee. Okay, so this is now. By the way, this is the dummy round, no powder, no primer. So theoretically now, the bullet seating is set. So now I just need to run this up and turn it down. Still not close. So,
well, that ain't gonna go any farther.
no.
Either the seating stem has got to go down farther. Can you go down on the seating stem anymore?
I'll have to get it's stuck right here. So I'm gonna get a.
Well, don't force it. If it's stuck, we don't force it.
Yeah, I won't hand turn anymore. So I'm wondering.
It might be set for a round nose bullet, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's not going to go down anymore.
how the bullet tip fits into the seating stem.
So this is the seating stem, and that's the bullet.
And see how deep it goes into there, folks? That's why it won't go any farther.
Yeah. So what I would need to do in order to be able to use this die is fill that whole cavity up with hot glue and then just have the bullet sitting about like that.
Do you have a set of 308 dies or 30-06 dies in Reading?
Yeah. Bullet puller.
Would 30-06 work? Because that's a longer case, ain't it?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the
Cedar.
stem itself to see if we can replace the stem.
See if the stem's longer.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's the RCBS. The only other running ones I have are both 6.5. 6.5 284 Win and 6.5 needs more.
Take the either one of them, because does the seating stem fit?
Oh, on the 6.5?
Yeah.
GT Schwing, I've never had any issues with Lee and Hornady dies. Well, JT in Redding's favor, these dies I'm using are probably 40 to 50 years old. Ooh,
Yeah.
look at that seating stem.
Still younger than Paul and Jim.
Well, that's because they're older than God. Nope, still deep.
No?
Yeah, I know Nick and I have had good luck with the Frankfurt Arsenal Universal Seating just because of this here.
Yeah. Well, I don't have players here, which is the problem. Because now this one's stuck. It won't come out. So,
Ain't gonna work?
well, I can't get it loose.
Okay.
Because my hands aren't always the strongest, and somebody horsed this down pretty good. And I don't have pliers handy. So I'll have to go appropriate some. But in the meantime, let's check the 6.5 284 just for fun.
Paul Loud, last I remember, I was 2 days older than God, so yeah, I was there when dirt was invented.
All right. This one's longer. So
Okay.
this is what we're looking at now. So this was the seating stem that was in the 3030 die. This is the seating stem, the 6.5 seating stem, 6.5 284. I wish I could get this one out of the 6.5 Creedmoor die, because then we could play around with that. But we'll save that for a later time. It's both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. Okay. So, anyway.
Well, this is just what goes to show that you can make things work if you have other dies to fit things.
So yeah, basically the problem is this was made for large, fat, round bullets.
Right.
Fucking Instagram. Oops. Sorry, Chris. You'll have to take that out. Somebody remind me at some point in time to ask Instagram how we can go longer than an hour on the live stream. So anyway, as we were saying, this was made for a big, fat, round nose bullet.
Long round nose bullet.
Yeah.
170, in that kind of range.
Yeah,
which is a whole lot longer than these these 140s or 160s. I can't remember.
160s.
160s with a point. So
thanks, JT. Smart ass. Anyway, so I asked somebody to remind me that I gotta ask Instagram, and so JT already posted. Remember to ask the Instagram how you can go longer than an hour. Smart asses. Anyway, so with the longer stem, I can probably put the regular lock ring back on the die. Yeah, definitely need to clean this up. Crank it back down. Village. Touching the shell plate.
shell holder, okay.
Oh yeah, it's a single. It's a shell holder. So, and because I don't want to lose it, put the lock ring back on the 30-30 die. So JT Swing said, I'm just trying to pick up Paul's slack. Well, yeah, Paul Loud is being a friggin' slacker tonight, so I expect much more abuse than he's giving.
If you're going to ride the struggle bus, ride it all the way.
That's right. So now, did they crush that case? Where we go? Hey, look, it's a new and improved shoulder. Oh, that's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happens when you force a case. So anyway, that'll be part of the Miscreant crowd. What's this one? Okay. So back to what we were going to do here, which is try and seed a bullet. So I want to run that all the way up in there, and I'm already touching. So we'll go ahead and squish it in there and see where we're at. Anybody remember what we're shooting for?
245.
Nope.
2.45 or
2550.
two.
We're,
Okay.
we're at 2837. So if we do the difference, that's 0.293. And so what I should have actually done before when I did this, kids, is I should have done this. No, because that wouldn't make any sense either.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
But I need to go to here, right?
No, you got to go to the bottom when it goes to touch the die. There you go.
So set the lock ring.
Yeah.
And then crank it down is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay. Now, see, I'm nervous.
Okay.
Because that's a huge chunk. And that looks like more than almost 3/10 to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this back up in here and check it, because if you're too short, or if your case is too long, or your bullet's too long, I should say.
Okay.
So if your bullet's too long, you can always push it in further. If you push it in too far, you can't pull it back out.
And there ain't a whole lot of shank to go past the canneler on that bullet.
So now I'll go a full turn and run it up, and that's not enough. So now I do another full turn and run it up. And what we're going to find is that when I tighten it down to where the set screw, or where the jam nut is, lock nut, it's going to seat it perfectly just where I wanted it. So just like Paul's little trick told us. So, but that's where experience comes in. So it is not crimped. What if I want to crimp it, Paul?
Well, we're going to have another die because that one don't have any crimp in it.
Nope.
So
what I would wind up doing is I would order a. Hey, do you think a 308 Winchester factory crimp die would work?
Should. I think you'd have to play at the setup, but it should.
Yeah, it probably could. It's too even on the. It's about too even on the 308 where the crimp would be. And where are you on the case length on the 30-30?
255. Cool. I found another set. 250 guys. I don't know where it is. Anyway, we'll go over that next week because I don't know where the dang thing is because it's not in here. There's 308 dice. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know where my 308 dies are currently. So, or my crimp die is. It's not in the drawer where it belongs. That means it's running around here somewhere. And I did buy it separately, so it's in its own little container. So I figured, heck, so that's something for this week. Anyway, so
yeah,
theoretically,
the case length on a 3030 is supposed to be 2.039, and maximum overall length is 2.550. Just so we get it. That's why a 308 case a crimper would work, because it's at 2.00.
fabulous. So. Hey, you know what I did find this week?
What's up? Oh, his Reading powder measure. Ooh.
Yeah, we were looking for that last week. So when we did powder. So. And then I also, going all the way back to case trimming, found my Lee Quick Trim. So what this is a little handle setup that uses a trim die in the here, and it's got a nice little bit set up right there that trims your cases down. So yeah, so I found that while I was going through everything too. And you can use the handle, otherwise it's got the bit adapter to go onto a drill too. Anyway, so I figured I'd show that off while I was here. So anyway, so now that I've done my test case, my dummy round, shall we say, I can actually go and I can actually seat
the bullets
in the live charged case. Oh, looky there. So we're seating to the cantilever because we are going to crimp these, because frankly, I don't really like cleaning powder out of my tubular magazines. It's not fun. So, and these come out at, with the can where I've got them, it's 2.546. So that'll do. And then just like so.
Pretty.
Very pretty. Now I got to make it up to the rain and empty these things. So I'm only seating 5 because I knew that this was going to be another week where we took a lot of talking and talked about other stuff too. So plus, frankly, seeing somebody seat 20 or 30 bullets is kind of redundant. The key is to make sure, like everything else, consistency with your stroke as far as reloading goes when you're operating your press. So just like so. So I will round up that die for next week and we will crimp. So.
Yep.
And for Russ.
Oh, you got a friend down there.
Hi, Gracie. Bitch, I hate that. When you forget which way to tighten the. There we go. All right, so that's enough of that.
All right. That was. Don't forget to change out the 6.5 seating stem to the 3030.
Yeah, I've got the 65284. So, oh yeah, I should do that now before I forget. And then what I'll do is I'll round up the wife's hot glue gun, and next week we'll actually show people how to do that.
Yeah.
Do you ever short stroke it, then rotate the round, and then finish it?
You can, yes.
I don't. I don't see the point in it.
That's
No pun intended.
That's more along the lines to eliminate run out that you have you could get with it.
So if you're concerned about your dies not being concentric or what?
Well, it's seating stems. Are they concentric with the die? So you can try that. The biggest thing that people need to understand is the seating stem fitting the bullet. That's a more of a advanced reloading setup, but we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So that about wraps that up. So I want to take a few minutes to talk about Camerado. So Sean over at Wee Lake Shooting came up with Camerado. He did not like a lot of the camo that he was hunting with. So it works in most area. It's fun. It's cool looking. It's definitely a different design. You definitely want to stand out while you blend in. So the main purpose behind camouflage is to break up your silhouette. Okay. For animals that are looking. That's the point. So, yes, they have been, because my phone keeps vibrating. So, BG Nagel is talking about, he says, I've been here just arguing with Bench Addict and Havoc on Discord as usual. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yep. So say goodbye to the same old bland camo designs. Camerado brings a fresh, cool edge to camouflage. It's designed not just to function to turn heads. That's right, baby. With Camerado, you're not just wearing camo, you're making a statement. Unlike traditional camo, Camerado is crafted for both performance and fashion. It's the perfect fusion of functionality and style, assuring you look as good as you feel no matter the setting. So use coupon code RELOAD for a discount. When you go there, it's CAMAROD. Let's restart that. CAMORADO.com. Camerado. CAMORADO.com. So that's that. I still have not gotten my patch of the month. I'm not sure what's with that. I don't know if somebody stole it or Jake didn't send it. Whatever the case may be.
Oh, here we go. Someone has one. Chris? Ooh.
Chris got
nice.
his.
Nice.
Says freedom isn't free. That's the truth. Today is Tuesday the 14th. And as long as Chris gets this edited, it will be posted on Sunday. I posted 494 and 495 right before the show. I'm going to do 497 after. So I'm going to upload it to Chris. Sorry, 496 I'm going to post, and then 497 I'm going to upload to Chris after the show. And if he has time this week, hopefully he can get that done. So, but what I'm trying to find is calendar, and I can not find it because I have like 500 apps on here. So May 27th is a big day. It's Memorial Day.
Right.
Memorial Day is not about people currently serving. It's not about people that have served. It's about people who died serving their country. Period. Full stop. Memorial Day is a day to remember everyone that actually had that check cashed. When you sign up for the military, you sign on the dotted line stating you are willing to give everything up to and including your life for the defense of this country and the Constitution. And Memorial Day is about honoring those who did. Nick and Ray are going to get to have an awesome, powerful moment in a few weeks. They're actually going to be at Normandy on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So that is going to be an honoring ceremony as well, because it's a special anniversary. But Memorial Day is every year. It's not about barbecues. Yeah, you can have barbecues and stuff if that's, what you want to do. I'm not saying don't, but what I'm saying is make sure you take time to honor the sacrifices that were made. All the way back to the first people who died for this country on April. Well, I guess honestly, the first person that technically died for our freedom is Crispus Attucks. I don't remember the date of the Boston Massacre. It was 1770, but I don't remember the date. But as far as people that actually volunteered to put their life on the line for this country, the first losses were April 19th, 1775. And so we need to honor all of those people from then until now, because we still have people losing their lives in protection of this country. And that's the important thing that I want to drive home is it's not people that are serving or have served. Yes, we honor them, but that's November 11th. That's Veterans Day. That's when we honor the ones that have served. And you'll have to help me. What's they have a holiday for active members now too. And I don't remember when it is. Anybody?
For active members?
Yeah.
No. I know we have Veterans Day, and that's
Armed Forces Day.
Okay.
So Armed Forces Day is a military holiday that honors those currently serving in the U.S. military. It's celebrated on the third Saturday of May. So it'll be the 20th. No, the 19th is Saturday. Anyway. No. What the heck? That's goofy. May 18th is Armed Forces Day. Oh, that explains it. AI overview. AI is moronic. Okay, so we've proven AI is stupid. So May 18th, which is this coming Saturday, is Armed Forces Day, which is for honoring those who are currently serving. November 11th is Veterans Day for those who've served. And Memorial Day, which is the last Monday in May, is the one to honor those who have actually given their life in service of their country. And we realize that not everybody pays attention to what's going on. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people that walk around thanking current members for their service on Memorial Day. Most of the people I know that are in just kind of realize that they're just oblivious and, try and just be nice about it. Some will actually correct them. I don't fault you if you correct them. So, but if you see somebody saying that and you're just a civilian like I am and you've never been in the service, make sure you correct the idiot and let them know that this isn't for honoring currently serving. That was the third Saturday. Make sure you let them know that this is about, the people that have sacrificed. For the national cemeteries and some of your local cemeteries, they have ceremonies, and you can go out and put flags. I know we're going to be at the National Cemetery down in Union Grove, which is where my father-in-law is buried, because they're having a ceremony there. So it's a Southern Wisconsin Veterans Memorial Cemetery is the official name of the cemetery. So they'll be doing it on Sunday though, because the people are off for Monday as well. But the day before on Sunday, usually you can go and you can help honor by putting flags up on the graves. So
that's quite moving. Nick and I have done that before, and to see a whole cemetery and get all those flags put up within an hour, it's amazing.
It is. It will touch you like nothing else. Important things about correcting people. JT Schwing said, if you're going to correct them, do it respectfully. Absolutely. Don't come up and say, hey, you dumb shit. Just, say, hey, just wanted to let you know, or, however, that today's for honoring those who gave their life in sacrifice. And so, figure it out a nice way to do it. Don't be an ass. So,
be an ass. I'm sorry.
The reason he's saying not to be an ass is because if you're an ass, then they won't listen. So, which is true. Because as soon as you start being an ass, they shut you off. So even though they're allowed, a lot of them are allowed to be asses all the time anyway. So, at any rate, JT Schwing said that Sunday, his wife, daughter, and he are going to be placing flags at Fort Snelling in Minnesota. So,
thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, thank you to whoever's going to go out and help with. There are federal. So Arlington's the big one everybody hears about. But in every single state in the union, there is at least one. Usually there's more, but there's at least one federal military cemetery. Wisconsin, I think, has 3. There's one in Milwaukee, the one in Union Grove, and then there's one up at King, which is up by Toma, I think. I may not be right about the third one, but I know there's one in Milwaukee, and then there's the one in Union Grove. The one in Milwaukee, I think, is actually a capacity. So, but Union Grove, they were smart, and there's acres and acres upon land. So that one's gonna.
Abraham Lincoln in Illinois is the largest one, and I know because I helped build part of it.
Yeah.
So they keep adding on to them. So
yeah.
Yeah, here we also got Camp Butler here in Illinois. So
right.
And if you don't know if you have one, all you have to do is just look up federal military cemetery and put your state name in there, and it'll bring them up. So, some people live close to one and don't even realize it. I know I've talked to a few people, they actually drive by one every day and didn't realize it. And then we were talking about it, and they go, huh, I always wondered why the gravestones looked all the same. I thought that was just, cemetery policy. So, but
Yeah, the one near us even has Confederate soldiers buried in it.
yeah, they were POWs. We've got some up here too, I think. So, because Camp Randall, where the Badgers play every Saturday in fall, actually originally was a POW camp. Clifford, you should be able to put federal or national, and it should come up either way. But they're actually national, I believe, is the correct term. So, if you see coins while you're out spreading flags, putting flags, if you see coins on top of the grave, leave them. I'm not going to explain why. If you want to know why, you can Google it, but leave them. Don't touch them. Okay? Somebody didn't just accidentally put them there. They didn't fall out of somebody's pocket. So, and if you want, there's some other etiquette out there that you can look up and stuff too. So, but yeah, if you can volunteer, go volunteer. Otherwise,
while you're there, talk to the curator there.
Mm-hmm. So, if you can't help out, maybe it's just as simple as raising a glass of whatever your favorite beverage is and saying thank you. And then make sure. So I wish I could play it, but I can't because YouTube will yank us right away. But at the end of Saving Private Ryan, spoiler alert, Private Ryan is standing at the captain's grave site. And I don't remember the exact verbiage, but basically he says to the captain's gravesite, he says, I hope I lived a life that made it worth it. So, and that is kind of the best that we can do, is we can try and live a life that honors those who sacrificed for the Constitution and the country. And that means getting off your carcass and getting involved. This country was never designed to work with 95% of the people sitting at home on their ass doing nothing. The government was never designed to be that way. The fact that we have a ruling class now was never supposed to happen. The Congress critters aren't supposed to be there forever, and they're not supposed to be unchecked like they are and have been for many years. Because at some point in time along the line, people just stopped caring. They didn't have to worry about it because they didn't have to go do it, and just continued that way. And so now it's a very select few that get involved, and the higher you go, the less there are that get involved and want to run for office and stuff. And so we're stuck with dealing with selecting the lesser of evils, and we shouldn't have to do that. So we need to start supporting local candidates and finding decent people to be in office. And a lot of times that's a challenge because they don't want to, because they see what happens. It's a matter of calling your local representatives, your city representatives, your state representatives, and your national, your federal representatives, your Congress critters, and even the White House, and let them know how you feel on these issues. And if somebody is in office that you don't like, go help whoever's running against them. It's obviously for president, we're down to 2, and we're kind of stuck at this point in time. But you know, anything's possible for other options. So, and if you feel so led, run for office like JT Schwing is. He said he's working up the political seats as a city councilman. And that's the thing is, while our government was designed to not have lifetime people, it wasn't designed to be a job. The idea was that you would go do it for a few years and then go home. The idea was also that you would have some sort of experience before you got there. And so whether it was, on a town board or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of the basic thought behind it. So, but when you call, be polite. This is one time that even Paul agrees you have to be polite, because you start being rude, they shut you off and you'll never get anywhere. Don't threaten that, I never voted for you, I don't like you, blah, 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 or anything like that.
No, just threaten to work towards a challenger to their on their primary.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep. Tell them you're going to go help their opponent get elected.
Right.
So
they listen to that.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's where their bread is buttered. So.
Especially at the national level.
Yep.
Because they're making money hand over fist, and it's not their annual salary. So there's the old joke about having Congress wear sponsorship labels like NASCAR, and it's pretty serious. So, I mean, where else can you start out? You start out with a net worth less than $1 million. You have an annual salary of $170,000. You're there for 4 years, and somehow your net worth is $15 million all of a sudden.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that's enough with the politics for the moment. As leading up to election, though, I will be mentioning regularly as part of the sign-off, it's going to be make sure you're calling. And as we get closer, make sure you get out and vote, for crying out loud. If you're not registered, go register now, not day of election. Get that taken care of now, so that way it's all out of the way. Make sure that you do your due diligence, and don't give me that crap about it's just one vote, it won't matter. Well, if you and the other 70 million gun owners that didn't bother to vote in the last friggin' election would have gotten off their carcasses and voted, Biden wouldn't get elected.
Look at how, with the presidential election, the last, 2 of them have been contested?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 1 or 2 votes, it matters.
Very much so. So, Sean Zimmerman needs to be drug tested. Anyway.
Yeah, it's at the stake.
Yeah, hopefully. Because it's not a democracy, dang it.
Yeah.
It's a constitutional republic. So, anyway. All right. So we talked about Patriot Patch Company. Thanks to Jake and Ryan over there. Thanks for everything they do and the awesome work that they continue to do, and the fact that they continue to do some awesome May patches in honor of Memorial Day. We know, Sean. Otherwise, we'd have come to your house already and shot you. Sure, with a airsoft gun, lots of times at close range, but yeah, we'd have shot you. Anyway, I'm kidding. So, in Minecraft. Anyway, but yeah. Thanks to all of our Patreons, including the 2 new ones. That's pretty awesome. We appreciate the support. It helps us be able to do this every week. It's going to help be able to go cover part of the costs for going to Dallas this weekend. So I can go to the NRA conference, NRA, and meet up with some people. It helps with other things. It's going to help with going to GunCon. So that'll be fun. There's going to be, those of you who are going to GunCon, there's going to be a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of stuff given away, including John Patton just coughed up 5 guns from his own personal collection to give away. Last year they gave out 7 suppressors, I think 10 firearms, and then a bunch of other stuff, including somebody gave away night vision too, thermal, I think. So, but yeah, I mean, it's an awesome event. Plus, you get to see inside Brownell's warehouse. Come on, it's pretty cool. So, anyway, like I said, there's only 34 tickets. I don't know if they'll have any large rifle primers or not, Zach. Mr. Zach, you will have to buy a ticket, come to Grinnell, Iowa, and find out. So, but all right, gang. Anybody got any shout outs?
No.
Shout out to all of our Patreons. Greatly appreciate them. So,
Oh, I have one quick one. I will not be on next week, so you will not see me until I'm back from the trip.
Slacker.
So, well, I got a meeting I have to go to. So.
I know, slacker. Yeah, I know. The one that you thought you had to go to tonight.
Exactly.
Yes, we laughed at you heavily about that. Ooh, that's some static thing.
They make an app for that, Nick. It's called Calendar.
I know, but if you were to see how hectic work was today, you would have probably done the same thing.
Clifford Zach just said, "I am what Iowa stands for." I don't think so. Do you know what Iowa stands for?
We do in Illinois. We always know what it is.
Idiots out wandering around.
Exactly.
So I don't in our interactions with Clifford, I don't think he qualifies as an idiot. So, but yeah, so GunCon.net. Tickets are $50, but you're going to get a chance at a lot of drawings. Lunch is covered with that. Plus, you get a T-shirt, which is a first this year. So that's why the increase from 25 to 50, because it's covering lunch and the T-shirt this year. So lots of awesome panelists. Yes, everything is better than Illinois except New York and California and Jersey.
Well,
those are the 3 exceptions.
I don't know if that's right. I mean, Illinois is pretty much on its own now. So,
if you could just take north of I-80 off, we'd be a great state.
Yeah.
Actually, north of I-80 and east of I-39.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even have to go that far. You go 59 and
yeah.
80.
That portion can have Rockford.
Rockford don't matter anymore. You got to get rid of Naperville.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, as it is, guys,
Yep.
Have a good one.
You betcha. So on that note, keep your brass shiny.
Keep your powder dry.
Jump on the Millsap short bus.
Teaching them shoot and reload when they're young.
Shoot smarter, not harder.
Grandpa told me not to listen to my mama. Violence does solve problems.
Especially when you use high explosives. Clifford Zach, you nailed it. Build a wall around it and let Lake Michigan in. Make sure you're supporting the Second Amendment, local organizations, national organizations. But, do your homework. Make sure that they're who they are. Unfortunately, the antis have started creating fake organizations saying they're pro-gun, but when you start looking at their website and digging into it, they're pretty obviously not. Some of your national organizations, obviously the NRA, aren't worth it. So, and to be honest, the only reason I'm going to the NRA convention is because a podcast listener that I've been trying to meet up with for a few years now, that's been with us since the beginning, we're finally meeting up there. So otherwise I wouldn't be going to the NRA show. So, we do have, we'll see what happens. There's actually 4 people on the board, including Jeff Knox, which is Neil's son. And he takes after his dad. So,
is Marion still there?
Hammer?
Yeah.
No, they kicked her to the curb. She started speaking out against them. Charles Cotton kicked her to the curb.
Oh.
So Charles Cotton's the current president of the NRA, and he is basically one of Wayne's super cronies. So he needs to go. And if I see him, I will tell him that. You need to frickin' resign along with the rest of you jackasses before we lose the NRA completely. They have auctioned off an incredible amount of firearms for the NRA Firearms Museum to help pay for Wayne's various crap and the legal bills. You're talking, some of these are one-of-a-kind firearms.
I want an $8,000 suit like he wears, okay?
Right?
Yeah, and the private airplane. And a golden parachute.
Right? Most importantly, everything we talk about, every single show, this is by far the most important. The rest of this stuff doesn't matter if you're not breathing. If you're struggling, 1-800-273-8255 or 988 from a cellular device. Reach out, get some help. If you think you're at the end of your rope and you can't take anymore, make sure you reach out. Get some help. We definitely need you here. So, thanks and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.